Just before the new year, Microsoft released a new way to create apps. Hi, I'm Bruno and welcome to the Power Minutes. Today we're going beyond low code and venture into vibe coding apps with a small chat with Copilot. Bear in mind, this feature is still under preview, so it's a great time to explore it, but I wouldn't recommend creating a critical app with it just yet. First of all, let's ensure that you're using the new experience in the Power Apps portal. So let's go to our Power Apps portal, and you'll see right over here that it says try new experience, vibe code Power Apps. Okay, let's try it now. Like any other AI apps on our platform, our entry point is going to be to describe our requests. Of course, to get us going, Microsoft provided a few suggestions that we have here, and let's go with equipment requests. Why not? I want to create an app for employees that helps with hardware requests. Sounds good. Let's get it going. Similar to plans, several agents will get to work on describing the issue that we're trying to solve, who the key users are, and what is the underlying structure that should exist when it comes to data. Of course, you can see it already. We got a few roles over here, a data model, and a technology that is going. It has already moved on to generating a data model using Dataverse. It's talking about adding data sources, who the employee is, the requests, and it has moved to the new vibe coding section of the apps, which is actually discussing with itself how to create a project. Now, you'll see later on, but for those that are unfamiliar, a vibe code app does not write in PowerFX, the language that we're used to. It is writing in TypeScript, which is a more traditional programming language. We'll get back to it in just a moment. As you can see, right before our eyes and while I'm speaking, an app is being built. And of course, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a pause so you don't bother with the whole generating. It generally takes a minute and a half. So we'll be back once it stops. Oh, never mind. We're not going to pause. It is done. It heard us. And there you have it. An app that is immediately generated. It's still compiling a few topics, but you can see right in front of us the requests that people made, the reviews, and the fulfillment queues that we have over here. The ability to create a request. Perhaps that page is still being generated. You see over here at the bottom is creating individual pages. We never get the complete detail where it truly is, but overall we can literally feel the progress right before our eyes. So as I was saying, we're about 80 seconds in. It generally takes 90 seconds, a minute and a half, at worst 2 minutes, at least with this scenario. So hopefully it will be ready soon. Last time it worked. I guess this time it's not going to work. That's going to be done soon. But anyways, we'll be back once it's fully generated. All right, and a few moments later, it took literally 2 minutes to generate. You'll see that now we also have the request screen, and everything seems to be working as intended. But like I mentioned before, this is not using PowerFX, it's actually using TypeScript. Now you can go over here and see the code view, you even have a split view, and you'll see that this is actually a TypeScript project. Now I understand that coming from a low code point of view, you might not be used to this language, and that's alright. This actually is the best of both worlds because technical people can look at the code and see what is really happening behind it. And less technical people or people that at least don't know TypeScript can still, make the changes by either talking with Copilot or even better, there is a whole new feature called toggle inline edits. You can go directly to an element. Think of it like when you press F12 on your browser and you get to change those fields, you can see that I can quickly change these fields the way I want. So you can also, over here, make it all capital letters, and we can pass that message to Copilot. Now, what is the advantage of doing this? Rather than trying to describe everything word by word, hey Copilot, look at this field, and on this field make it all caps, it might get it, it might not get it. With this, you are still transmitting the information that on that field I want to make these changes. Now it can take a little bit for it to trigger. We'll give it just a moment and it will come back once it has done or it starts running so we can go through it. And as you can see, after a few seconds, it took about 30 seconds to start compiling again. You can see that it's working on my request, and it's actually two steps. It understood that it needs to use all caps using Tailwind's uppercase utility and changing the code. So it has two steps that it knows it needs to perform. It's currently on the first one where it updates, and just right before our eyes, once again, it is on all caps. Now, of course, there's always the last step, which is running the build and validating if those changes are stable. And once that is done, it generally refreshes the whole page a bit like a publish. And there you have it. A whole completely new way to create apps in just a few minutes. All that is left to do here is press publish and we are ready. I would heavily suggest that you'll start looking at it. It is currently under preview, and if your tenant does not have it available, just reach to your technical team to ensure that it's enabled so you can experience it early and get ready. Once this is going, it will make a huge change on the way we develop. Next time.